If you are intelligent but not disciplined, use the Ulysses rule. Make a smart decision in the present to force yourself to act in a certain way in the future. You need to create a system that is foolproof against yourself. Ulysses, in one of his adventures, needed to sail past the Sirens' Reef. The place was full of shipwrecks and skeletons because no sailor had ever managed to pass through. The reason was that the sirens, with their singing, made sailors hallucinate and see what they most desired. As a result, they ended up steering their ships toward the reefs and were devoured. Ulysses was a wise man and knew he could not rely solely on his willpower. He looked at the reef and thought, I do not have more willpower or discipline than those shipwrecked sailors. But since he wanted to hear the siren's song, he ordered his sailors to plug their ears with wax and tie him to the mast with 10 ropes. And he told them, just like all these skeletons, I am a weak-willed man. So when I hear the siren's song, I will not be able to resist. I will probably scream and curse, but no matter what comes out of my mouth, you must not untie me from the mast. Then they set sail towards the reefs. But before knowing how this story ends, it is worth reflecting on how you could apply the Ulysses rule in your own life. For example, the writer Victor Hugo, who was wealthy, fond of partying, a heavy drinker, and passionate about women, had great difficulty focusing on writing. When he truly needed to concentrate, he used the Ulysses rule. He would lock himself in his office with only paper and a pen, and order one of his servants to take away his clothes and only return them after 4 hours. This way, he forced himself to work without the temptation of going out with friends. Instead of trying to resist temptation, you use your intelligence to eliminate. For example, there is a YouTuber who uses a Ulysses topper to stay focused in the early hours of the day. He places his phone inside a timed lockbox, sets it for 3 hours, and thus removes the temptation to check his phone while working. This is something that 95% of people do not understand. Willpower is like a muscle, and throughout the day, it becomes exhausted. That is why it is easier to have a healthy breakfast, but much more common to break a diet at night. When we are already tired and our willpower is weakened, intelligent people tie themselves to the mast